What is going on, everyone? I am Steven, your host for Just a Bet Outside. This is the NBA playoff preview and predictions show. That's right, there is another face on this screen. It is my co host. You have not seen him in a while, but I will say the reason that these videos look any decent at all is because of him. He's the behind the scenes guy. I just sit here and talk. So it's all thanks to him. He's been a part of it the whole time. Ryan, what is going on, man?
Oh, not a whole bunch. It's definitely not been all me. You've definitely had your input on some of the visuals and transitions and all those things, but I am definitely behind the scenes. I'm glad to be talking again. Man, sitting in the chair and just behind the scenes watching you bring in guests and talk the entire time. I'm like, man, I'm jealous. I got to get out there, but I knew we were, growing, and thank you fans and everybody. It's just been amazing to watch just how many views and likes and comments. Just been a ton of fun. So, thanks everybody.
Yes, speaking of that, 2,000 subscribers. We have hit it. Thank you guys so much. The time it took to go from 1,000 to 2,000 was like the blink of an eye, it seemed like. I cannot thank you guys enough. Now we're on the path to 3,000. So let's keep it rolling. Smash that like button. Leave a comment. Tell us what you agree with, what you hate that we just said, because this is the NBA playoffs. We're all going to have our opinion, and I want to hear it. I love all of it. So, in this video, we're going to go through the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference, break it down with matchups we're excited for, sleeper teams, and then, of course, our predictions for each round and the finals predictions. And we're going to have some fun. It's not just me sitting up here giving you four bets and leaving. This is going to be talking basketball. If you love basketball, you're going to want to stay tuned for this. So, again, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I appreciate all of it. Let's dive right into the Western Conference. Man, this conference is it's different. Let me tell you, there is parity up and down this conference, and it's wide open. I mean, wide open meaning not all eight teams I think can go to the finals, but I'd say four. There's a good handful of four, maybe five teams that have a chance if everything goes right. What do you think about this conference?
Oh, I can't agree more with you. I mean, it is wide open. You have the good teams, but they're injury prone type of things. So you don't know about that. The Warriors that can't figure it out. Andrew Wiggins is just coming back, and then you got young teams that are in it that you don't know what you're going to get out of those teams. So you're absolutely right. Just wide open. No one's gonna like blow it away.
I agree. And with that, let's bring up the bracket and the odds for this Western Conference. Here we go. Look at that beautiful graphic I made. Here we go. Nuggets are playing the T Wolves or Thunder. We're not sure yet as of recording. Suns Clippers 4-5 matchup. 3-6 is the Kings Warriors and the Grizzlies and the Lakers at the 2-7. On the right, you will see the odds to win just the Western Conference right there. Just kind of looking at that, we're going to talk about the odds to win the conference, at the end of this. But yeah, Ryan, let's start out with what matchup are you most excited about here?
Yeah, I'm most excited. I'm very excited for the Warriors and Kings, but the Clippers and the Suns, that one's excitement for sure. You have Paul George, who is out, but you got Kawhi Leonard and Russell Westbrook against Kevin Durant. I mean, they haven't played each other in the playoffs ever, not once, and now we get it first round in the NBA playoffs. That's so freaking cool. I don't think it's going to be like the greatest series as far as like, you know, is it going to be down to the wire, a ton of close games or anything like that? It could. You never know. But I do think the Suns, if healthy, and that's the key with the Suns, if healthy, they're just an amazing team. I mean, they just loaded themselves up. I did hear earlier, I think it was yesterday or the day before or whatnot, Kendrick Perkins, he's picking the
He's an
Clippers. Can you believe it?
sorry, go. He's
No.
taking the Clippers. No, no, that makes sense because he's an idiot. Kendrick Perkins is the worst person on TV. He needs to be off immediately. He freaking sucks.
I,
But
I,
I agree. Yeah, no, I think the storyline of Westbrook versus Durant is cool. These two teams split their four games this year, but I mean, there's injuries on both sides of star players. So and KD wasn't on the team, so that means really nothing to me. The weird part is they both averaged exactly 113.6 points per game. Again, it means
wow.
nothing. The Suns are playing. Suns had no Booker and Aiton for a while with no KD. I mean that doesn't mean anything. But no Paul George is going to hurt.
Yep.
Obviously, defensive rating: Suns are seventh, Clippers are 18th. Clippers were not as good defensively as we all thought they were going to be. I know because I lost some bets thinking that they actually knew how to play defense. But yeah, it's exciting one just because KD and Devin Booker, and I think that team's really thrilling. But the key to this entire Western Conference
Hmm.
to me is what you said. If healthy, the Suns, if healthy, and that really determines it. And I know we can only assume they're healthy right now. I get that, but Devin Booker, Chris Paul, KD. Like, I'm sorry, these playoffs are like 2 years long. Like, there's just no way not one of them is gonna get hurt.
Yeah, you have three guys. Chris Paul's super old. Like something's gonna happen, especially Chris Paul. He always every playoff towards the end, big game, something always happens with him injury wise, and it's terrible. He was like one of my favorite players, and now it's like not so
I
much.
mean, he's old. He's old. It
Yeah,
makes sense. He's old. Yeah,
yeah,
he's older than me, right? Was he 38?
yeah. He's getting up
Way
there.
older than me. Way older than me.
Oh yeah, way.
So matchup I'm most excited about. It's all about the Kings and Warriors, guys. This is the most exciting matchup of the entire playoffs in the first round. This is old versus new, guys. This is no experience of the Kings versus the Warriors team that has been there, done that, won multiple titles, and they are both the top two offenses in the league. They both play at extremely high paces. Here's another stat in this series: 5 of the top 20 players for three pointers made. So the top 20 players in the NBA for 3 pointers made this season, 5 of those 20 are in this series. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, Keegan Murray, and Kevin Huerter. Huerter. No freaking clue how to pronounce it. But those are the top 5. I mean, that's a quarter of the top 20 in this series. There, if you are a person who loves offense, who loves shooting, I don't remember a time where you could get more of that than this series in a long time. I mean, this is unbelievable. Kings don't play a lick of defense. The Warriors don't play much more defense, but Wiggins returning is absolutely huge on both sides of the ball. He makes this defense a lot better. You finally have a guy, if Wiggins is still Wiggins, you have a guy who can now play on the best player on another team and actually try to slow him down. In this matchup, I don't know who, he's not going to probably guard De'Aaron Fox. That's not really a matchup for him.
That's what I was just
So,
gonna say. Like, who's he
yeah,
gonna guard? Is he gonna guard Fox or Sabonis? He's not gonna guard those guys, and those are their best players. So, not sure
he'll end
if he's
up
gonna
on
help
him
that much.
because the NBA, and you end up
Yeah,
switching. But he just helps in general. He'll rebound well. Also, he scores. He's a big piece. But man, these Warriors got to show me something. 11-30 on the road. And guys, this is it right here. The stat that's going to blow your freaking mind that you can tell all your friends about. The Sacramento Kings are the only team in the Western Conference who finished over 500 on the road. Let that sink in. Only team. We're talking Nuggets. We're talking Grizzlies. We're talking all of them. The only team that's over 500, 25-16, I think I wrote down. I can't read my writing. 23-16, something like that. Warriors, on the other hand, 11-30, I believe I have. That is atrocious. So Kings have home court and they can win
hmm
on the road, but the Warriors were elite at home. So the games in Golden State are going to be interesting to me. The way Golden State's been playing, I don't know if they can take one in Sacramento. But to me, it's just, I mean, the Kings haven't been in the playoffs since 2006.
it's a
Like,
long
that's
time.
just bonkers to me. I'm rooting for, I have no idea, actually. I'm going to be honest. I love Steph Curry and I
I
love
was
this
just gonna
Warriors
say
team.
that's because you love
Yeah.
Steph.
But it's nice to see the Kings, in it, I guess. And I like my boy Sabonis, but I think the Warriors take it. I'm gonna be honest with you, but we
No,
can talk about
no,
that.
I
We
don't
can
think
talk
so.
about it. Yeah,
No.
we'll get there. Don't you worry, Ryan. We'll get
Okay.
there. Sleeper teams to make a run. I'm gonna go first. Warriors. Are they a sleeper team? They've won
No.
what, like 4 titles? They're the 6th seed. They won like a quarter of their games on the road. And then also here's the better sleeper team. You ready for this? How about the friggin' Nuggets? Because nobody's talking about them. They're the 1 seed. I get that, but like nobody's talking about them at all. So I think it's the Warriors. The Kings could be a sleeper team. Well, who's yours? It's probably the Kings, isn't it?
It is the Kings.
I knew
Absolutely.
it.
I mean, this Western Conference is so wide open. Like a good team can get injuries, and then inexperience. What does it matter at this point? Like, just go out there and play on ball, and that's what they've been doing this entire season and proving people wrong. Why stop now? Just keep going, and no one's gonna pull away in this Western Conference. So it's up
Okay,
for
but
grabs.
here's my question. No, but here's my question. They suck on defense. You know that, and I know that.
They're the best
So when
offense
they,
ever,
hey,
NBA
I'm
history.
not, I'm not done talking. Just how playoff basketball is. It's different. Can a
Yes.
team who is just all offense and no experience make a run? That's my question. It doesn't sound good when I put it like that, does it? Yeah,
No,
I
because
know.
it reminds me of the Suns back in the day, with Steve Nash and those guys, and just all offense, 7-second basketball. And yeah, they didn't make it very far, like
They had
Western
experience.
Conference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. And basketball's different now too, because a lot of teams are
that's my
doing
hope.
that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And back then, the Spurs were a dominant team, but there's no Spurs in this Western Conference right now. I want it to be the Nuggets. I want it to be the Suns. The Suns could be, but can they stay healthy? I doubt it.
Yeah, every time you say nuggets, I think about eating my kids' leftover nuggets. It's called dad bod. But anyways, um, yeah, so that's my sleeper team is the Warriors. You know, yours is the Kings, and it's in the same matchup in the first round. So some team is out right away. Um, but without anything else, like obviously we got Grizzlies, Lakers. Let's just talk about that matchup real quick. It's super similar teams. It's unbelievable when you really dive in. They're both top six rebounding teams, and they're both bottom 10 3-point shooting teams. They can't shoot. They're also both top five in fast break points. They like to play fast. They like to brick shots from the 3-point line, and they like to get rebounds. Like they play very similar. Obviously, the Grizzlies have done it better. They're a younger, more athletic team, I think, but it's LeBron and AD. They did not look good in that first game. I think the Lakers are getting too much respect on the odds, and I don't think they have a chance in hell to make a deep run. I mean, that's just my opinion. I think the Grizzlies handle them, and I think they kind of handle them easy. What do you think about that
I,
series?
I I was thinking that this kind of playoff season or series was kind of making it look good for the Lakers there for a second, like kind of sneak in, get a young Grizzlies team without Steven Adams, AD dominating. But then I saw them against the Wolves, and wow. I mean, Anthony Edwards couldn't hit a basket. Like he was terrible. They were down McDaniels, Rudy, all of that, and it had to go into overtime. Are you kidding me? How do you
At
do
home,
that as the
yeah,
Lakers? Like, no.
I
So,
agree.
yeah.
I agree, and you know that it wasn't a must win, but it kind of was in a one game, and
Hmm.
that's what you get from them. I don't know. It just the Grizzlies are a hungry young team. I hate the Grizzlies because of certain players on their team, like John Morant. I used to like him. F like
Yeah. I
what he
liked him. I
just
hope
did.
he figures
No,
his
I hope he
stuff
I
out.
hope he figures himself out. But Dylan Brooks is a douchebag. Let's just be real honest with this. Like he is a douche. Sorry, he is. He's not. What do you have to say?
But
Yeah,
don't
there's
you
no.
kind of sometimes need a guy like that on a team? Like that's Draymond, and look at what they've done lately. Just saying.
No, Dylan Brooks is hated by the NBA. Draymond is not hated by everyone in the NBA.
Talk to the guys that Draymond Green's kicked in the testicles. I
There's
guarantee you they
no
hate him.
I'm not saying nobody hates him. What I'm saying is Dylan Brooks is an idiot and he just sucks at basketball. Like he's
They,
not good. He
yeah,
plays good defense. He plays some decent defense, but he does nothing else. Anyways, him and Jaw and this team, they talk a lot of crap
that's it. I was
and
just gonna say it.
they,
They talk too
they
much for you.
don't always back it up. They are
Yeah,
literally. What do I got here? Jesus. See, I'm blind, guys. I don't have contacts in. 16 and 25 on the road. That's not backing it up at
no,
all.
nope,
Anyways, that's my opinion. Real quick, the other one: Nuggets versus T Wolves or Thunder. That don't matter.
no.
That don't matter to me. It's a runaway.
It sucks that
Nuggets.
the one seed has to wait so long to figure out who they're playing. Like that's not a good advantage to be in a one
Oh,
seed.
I
But
agree.
I don't know.
I
They'll figure
agree.
that out a
It's a
little
long
bit.
wait. It can kind of. It might affect game one, but I think they'll figure it out. The rest can be nice for Jokic and Murray and those guys.
Yeah,
Um, okay, so real quick with the picks, we kind of did it. I'm going to start. I think the Nuggets win their first round series in 5. I'll give the T Wolves or Thunder one game at home. I'm going to go Suns in 5. I think they take care of business against Clippers. Clippers do not have the defensive pieces to handle Booker and Durant. They are two elite players on this team. They can both score, they can both pass, they can both do whatever the hell they need to do. Chris Paul running the floor. DeAndre Ayton is a decent piece down low. I'm not saying he's some dominant big man, but he can get it done. Clippers have Kawhi and a bunch of nobodies, in my opinion. I'm going to be honest. I think Westbrook sucks. I know he pops up with a good game every once in a while. He's not the same. He's not efficient. There's no way this Clippers team keeps up with the Suns team. And oh, by the way, the Suns are 8-0 with Kevin Durant on the floor. 8-0. What was your stat you had? Like
I
Kevin
think
Durant just
yeah, he's won like 23 of his last 25 games that he's played or something like that, going back to when he was with the Nets.
wow.
That's pretty freaking good, if you ask me.
He's good at basketball, and that was with Kyrie. That's not easy to win with Kyrie.
No, go ask Luca.
That's
How's that going?
yeah. Go ask Luca how that's going. Yeah, Nuggets in 5, Suns in 5. I like the Warriors in 6 or 7 in that one. I do think that's going to be a long series though, one way or the other. I think it's going to be a hell of a series. I think you're going to see some possible blowouts in that one. Like when
Oh,
a team can get rolling with
hmm,
shooting with how they're playing, And if another team's cold, I mean, it can get ugly quick. But God, I'm so excited for that series. Grizzlies Lakers. I got the Grizz in 6, and that's being respectful to the Lakers. I think the Grizzlies handle them with ease. I'm going to be honest. I do wish Steven Adams was in. The only worry I have is that there's nobody to guard AD. But maybe AD just will disappear some games because he likes to do that, or maybe he'll just start shooting threes. You know what I mean? The long jumpers. That's
Yeah.
AD for you.
Nope.
Those are my. Those are just my first round picks. So I'll let you do the first round before we move forward.
Yeah, my first round's pretty similar. I do think the Kings kind of upset the Warriors. I want to say in 7, but a game 7 against the Warriors, I know it's, Kings home court there and the Warriors suck away, but that would be tough. So I feel like the Kings need to get it done in 6, so they got to steal one against the Warriors, when the
Agreed.
Warriors are at
Yeah.
home, but I see them doing it. The Warriors, I don't think they figured it out ever this entire season. That's why they've had the bad road record. And the Jordan Poole, Draymond Green punch, I don't think it ever got settled. Like it did,
Oh,
but
stop it.
what
That doesn't
they're
matter.
a 6 seed. It matters a lot. I don't. It's they haven't been right. You're telling me they've been right this entire season?
No, here's what I'm going to say. If Andrew Wiggins was not back, I am nowhere near picking this Warriors team. No, I think there's something wrong with them. They're not the same Warriors team at all. With Andrew Wiggins back, it gives them a huge piece. Jordan Poole is not relied on all the time because he was a little inconsistent this year. Now that you have Steph, Clay, and Andrew Wiggins on the court, that makes them that much harder to defend. I just think he helps their defense a lot. Their rebounding. I just think he's a huge piece, and we saw it. It does look like something's off, but this is a team that's won like what 4 titles?
There's
Like,
not a
you
switch,
know what I
and they've
mean?
played a lot of basketball. And Wiggins coming back after 2 months. It was like 2 months, right? 2 months of games he's
Yes,
missed
and that's my worry is what I'm assuming is Wiggins is back and Wiggins will be Wiggins. If he is
defensively.
not Wiggins, how many times can I say Wiggins? Wiggle. If he is not Wiggins, defensively, offensively, if he's not the same player, then I think, yeah, it's going to be
Mhm.
tough. But remember, it's Steph Curry in the playoffs. He puts up 40 with ease. Clay puts up 30 with ease. Can De'Aaron Fox match that? Can
Yes.
Sabon? They'll have a plan for Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. They will. But I don't know, man. If the Kings win, I'm not shocked. If the Warriors win, I'm not shocked. That's all I'm going to say.
I can go with that. I can live with that.
Yeah. So other than that, you're going you're saying you're
Same.
going Nuggets easily. You going
Yep.
Suns easy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All basically easy. Same thing with the Grizzlies, Lakers. Like I said, I thought it was going to be close. I thought the Lakers would pull it out. Then I remembered they're the Lakers and they played the T-Bulls, and I was like, nah, I'm not buying it. Not buying it. LeBron's played very
So
well in year 20, and he's 39, 38 years old. But no,
so this has nothing to do with your hatred for the Lakers.
no. This has everything to do
Okay.
with they just
Hey,
kind of don't show up for whatever reason. Like AD and LeBron and those guys should have absolutely crushed the Timberwolves. And I get it; it's basketball. The Timberwolves maybe came out hot, and those things. But you got to figure out a way not to let that happen. Like, no.
especially that game. I mean, but you can't say all of it is on one game. Sometimes the Lakers look good. Sometimes they don't.
And that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's not just that game. It's been all season where it's like that one got away, this one got away. Why are they playing like this? Stupid mistakes. AD did it twice where he fouled a 3-point shooter in late game situations. Not good.
I agree. Now, real quick, I will say Grizzlies Lakers. If you wanted to watch two teams that can't shoot but can play fast and score in the fast break, that's the series to watch. If you want to watch a ton of shooting and a ton of pace, like good shooting, it's the Kings Warriors. Like I love the different styles that we have.
Hmm.
It'd be interesting to see like a Warriors versus Grizzlies. Which actually, you know what? Let's get into that. All right, let's go to the second round. Nuggets Suns, guys. I am so excited about this second round matchups, and I hope they all come true. Nuggets Suns. This is for the Western Conference. I'm telling you right now, this is
Yep.
for the Western Conference right here. Nuggets versus Suns, and then you have the Warriors Grizzlies. Holy freaking rivalry right now. How much shit has Dylan Brooks talked over Draymond Green and everybody else? They give each other so much crap. The
Mhm.
Grizzlies think they've won it all already. That will be a hell of a matchup. I can't wait to see how many fights there are in technical fouls.
Ooh.
But like, can you imagine a better second round? Nuggets, Suns, Warriors, Grizzlies. Like that's it.
That would be a good second round if your predictions came true. If the Kings get to the second round, that hatred and stuff with the Grizzlies, that game wouldn't be nearly as entertaining. You're absolutely right. Warriors Grizzlies would be way entertaining. Super fun to watch.
Kings Grizzlies. Kings could maybe take them down. But anyway, second round. If we start out with the Warriors and Grizzlies, I am so pulling for the Warriors, and maybe I'm a little biased, but the Warriors need some motivation sometimes, and I think playing the Grizzlies is what it's all about. I think that's what they need. You
Yeah.
could put Wiggins on, Desmond Bain and try to shut him down if you want, and then they just worry about Ja, or maybe you put him on Ja. I don't know. That's not really a good matchup, really, athleticism wise. But I think the Warriors can win that in 7, and that's betting with my heart. Let's just say that. That pick is my heart. Nuggets Suns. It's what I'm most torn on in the entire playoffs, because here's the deal, guys. The Nuggets are freaking elite. I mean, we've said this all year. 34-7 at home. 34-7. Are they good on the road? 19-22. It's one of the better Western Conference teams on the road, but that's not great, obviously.
No.
Um, I'm saying Nuggets in 7. I think it's a hell of a series. I think the Nuggets can beat the Suns at home easily. I also think the Nuggets could possibly get blown out in Phoenix. But Michael Porter's rolling. If Jamal Murray's rolling and Jokic is running everything, I mean, this is a better team than you think. I'm telling you right now, this is a better team than you think. You don't just win as many games as they did on accident. I'm going Nuggets in 7. It's probably really stupid, and I'm hoping for an injury. No, I'm not. I'm not actually hoping for an injury.
No,
What
don't
I'm
ruin the
saying is
playoffs with an injury.
that's actually the only. Yeah, I don't know, man. You take it away. Who's winning? Nuggets Suns. Go.
Suns. Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Ayton. There's just too much there. There just really is. They can score, pass it to a wing, and those players, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, they can shoot, they can pass, they can dribble, high IQ, all of it. And you'd think that the Suns, with the trades that they made, were playing bad defense, and they're not. They're playing still good defense. I don't know how, why, what. Old team Durant, Paul, they're getting it done. They're too top heavy.
Here's
It's
the deal.
it's all up to the
Here-
Suns and injuries.
Here's what I'll say: is in the NBA, you run a tighter ship, right? You go like 7-man rotations, 8-man rotations. Not playing 9th and 10th guys off the bench very much.
Right.
Can Kevin Durant play that many minutes, play all these series, all these games, 40 minutes a game? Can he do that game after game and not get hurt? Can he do
I
that without getting tired? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a lot on that, because I will say the Suns don't have much depth. Like,
No.
they don't. They traded away their depth, which is fine. You got Durant. You got Durant, Booker, Paul, Ayton, and that's it. I mean, we're talking nobody really coming off the bench. Like Campaign, guys like that. It's not good. So the Nuggets have a beat. Like when Durant needs a breather, or if they have to sit out for any sort of anything, the Nuggets are good, man. The Nuggets are better than you think.
No, I agree. I just think the Suns are just that much better, I guess, is my point. Like, I don't
I
know.
probably agree with you.
See, that didn't even take much. I had nothing, and you're like, yeah,
I don't
I'm on
bring it
board.
up. Anyways, I'm going Nuggets Warriors at the Western Conference Finals. What do you got?
For the conference finals, here we go. Yep, this is mine. Suns and Kings. Got the Kings making it all the way to. You're about to spit out your water. I see you over there. No, that's what I'm going with. Like I said earlier, the West is so wide open. Injuries, things like that. Warriors aren't a great team. Grizzlies with Steven Adams out, their issues. What do the Kings have to lose? This is their chance to be a young team that's inexperienced to make a run deep into the playoffs. This is the chance. Let's do it.
To answer your question, what they could lose is the playoff series. Yeah, I mean that's a big deal. They haven't been there since 2006, Ryan.
Most of these dudes were what, in middle school when that was the case?
Exactly. What I'm
So what
saying
does it
is these
matter?
guys don't even know what playoff basketball is. It's another animal. NBA players say it's another animal. They are not going to jump in and all of a sudden take down the Warriors, take down the Grizzlies. Like they're what?
They're not playing that way. They are playing loose. They're playing free. That's all they know. All they know is what they've been doing for the 82 games, and that's the best offense ever in the NBA history. Yes, it's going to take a slight downturn because it's the playoffs, but that's what they know. It's your boy Sabonis. How are you going against him? How many bets did you win? Triple double Sabonis. He was like a
Oh, he
Jabo
was
Hall
kind
of
of
Famer.
he was, but they kind of screwed me at the end. I'm not gonna lie. I picked him on the wrong games. All right, so Nuggets Warriors. I got Nuggets going to the finals. I do. If the Suns beat them, I got the Suns. That is the matchup for me. I don't
Yes.
think the Warriors, Grizzlies, or any of them. I think it's the top of that bracket. Nuggets in the finals. That's what I got. Who you got in the finals?
I got the Suns in the finals. I do. It obviously
Ooh.
health matters. I think yes, I
Are
know.
you sure you don't want
Shocker.
the Kings? Are you sure you don't like
No,
the Kings in the finals?
not
Okay,
against the Suns. And like you said, if the Nuggets beat the Suns, then I'm taking the Nuggets over the Kings then there too.
okay.
But
Wow. Great podcast. We can't decide between the Nuggets or Suns, just like everybody else. No, actually, everybody else I think likes the Suns. So that's who we have. Now let's pull up that Western Conference preview real quick and check those odds out again. If we just do odds to win conference, just betting and value purposes for me, I mean, guys, it's the Nuggets at plus 380 because I mean they're the third favorite and they're 34-7 at home. Have I mentioned that? And they have home court advantage all the way through the playoffs. Nuggets at plus 380. Ryan, where do you see value at here?
yeah, you know where I'm going. I'm going the Kings plus 2,800, just value. And you just
That's huge.
that's huge value. And I like the underdogs. That's just what I go for. So I'm going with it.
$10 wins you 280.
Exactly.
100 bucks
Money.
wins you $2,800 for the Kings just to win the West. I mean,
Perfect.
that's some good value. Are we sleeping on the Grizzlies or are we not? Like they're, you know what I mean? I don't know. Okay,
No, I think the Steven Adam injury, I'm not sure exactly how long he will be out. I'm not sure if it's the whole playoffs or not. I think that makes a difference, and they're a different team than they were last year. Um, they run their mouth and they haven't been able to back it up, especially away. I don't think so.
agree. They need more shooting too.
Yeah.
Okay, there we are.
Whew.
Western Conference. I got the Nuggets. You got the Suns. We're gonna find out. You like the Kings. All right, Eastern Conference. Totally different conference, guys. This is extremely top-heavy conference, and then just turns to poop. I'm gonna be honest with you. The bottom four suck. Like in the NBA that or in the Western Conference, we're talking about the Warriors 6 seed that could win the whole conference. Like,
Mhm.
there's no 6 seed here that's winning it. Let me tell you. You got the top four. We all know who the big guys are: the Bucks, the Celtics, the 76ers, and the Cavs. And then it's a drop off to me. But anyways, before we get into the most exciting matchups, sleeper teams, all that, let's pull up that bracket. There we are. Bucks versus the Heat or the Bulls. Who cares? Cavs versus Knicks, 4-5. Very interesting matchup. 76ers versus the Nets. The Nets are a 6 seed, not because of the roster they have, though. And then we got the Celtics versus the Hawks in the 2-7 matchup after the Hawks just took care of business in Miami. And then there's the odds to win the or the Eastern Conference. So we'll get into that. But let's start it out. Most exciting first round matchup. I'll kick it to you, Ryan.
Oh, this one's super easy, and it's not super basketball related. It's more so a podcast or a video we had earlier in the season where you were calling the sleeper team the Cavs as the sleeper team of the East and things like that. And I went with the Knicks, and you basically laughed at me. And here they are
Oh,
facing off against each other. Just perfect. I hate it that Julius Randle's out. That sucks. Or maybe he can make an appearance or get into some games or something like that with his ankle or whatnot. But man, I freaking nailed it. All I gotta say is I nailed it. I said the Kings, and you're like, no, or not the Kings.
how,
Excuse me, the Knicks, and you like laughed at me, and it was so rude. I
how did
almost
you
cried.
nail it? How did you nail it and I didn't?
What did the Cavs do? Got fourth? That's basically what everybody expected. They didn't do
Right,
anything different.
they're the best defense in the league, and they can take this conference. You don't think the Knicks could win this conference? Who has a better chance, Cavs or Knicks?
Uh,
Yeah, thank you. Um, okay, well, I have the same answer as you. I forgot we both picked them as our sleeper
mhm,
teams. Yours is more of a sleeper, I will say. But
thank you.
the most exciting matchup is that Cavs Knicks, guys. I wish Julius Randle played for the sake of basketball and just being able to watch it. The Knicks won 3-4 versus the Cavs, but I think there's some injuries in those games. Donovan Mitchell averaged 31.8 points per game versus the Knicks in those 4 games. He dominated. Cavs best defense in the league. Does defense matter in the NBA still, Ryan? A little bit in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
in the playoffs
Okay, thank
especially.
you. Just want to make sure. The Cavs had the second best point differential this season. Just saying. Here's the negatives to the Cavs. We don't want to find negatives why they can't quite do it, but it's a weird stat. I was wondering why they're not winning a little bit more, why they weren't a 1 or 2 seed fighting for it. They were 24-21 in games that were within 5 points in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Mm.
So they were kind of just so. They were ranked 20th on clutch offense. Don't ask me what it all goes into clutch offense ratings. but they were 20th. Darius Garland, I guess, was one of the worst shooters and least clutch players in the NBA this year. Um, you know, they got Donovan Mitchell. It helps, but I can see that. Like Jared Allen's a good player, Evan Mobley's a good player, but those aren't guys that like give me the ball. I'm going to go score and win a game. You know what I mean? Darius Garland's obviously been inconsistent with that, so it's just Mitchell, and he can do it. He can go off for 50, 60. We've seen it this year, but I don't know. They're going to need some good offensive performances to make a deep, deep run. But I think without Julius Randle, they take care of business here. But I think it's a very good matchup. Two teams that like to play physical, like to play some defense, and just slow the pace down. What do you think about this matchup? Who's going to win it?
I really want to go with the Knicks, and I kind of have to, but
Yeah, I guess.
the Cavs are the better team. Randall being out is brutal. So Stephen A. Smith is gonna be very upset at the end of this season or at the end of the series because his Knicks had a chance to get Mitchell, and now he's gonna lose, or the Knicks are gonna lose because of Donovan Mitchell. I was thinking before this video started, I was gonna be like, let's do a pie in the face challenge for this series right here. But that's just me getting a pie in the face. Like it's not
Yeah,
gonna
I
work.
got I got Cavs. You got Knicks. Deal.
Like I want it so bad, but I'm like, that's just set up for me to get smacked in the face with a pie. That sounds
Yeah,
stupid. So,
here's the problem for the Knicks and Knicks fans. Home court is in Cleveland. Cleveland is an elite home team. I mean,
yeah,
elite. And then Randall, even if he plays, we know he's not 100%.
yep.
Like we just know it. He probably needs some more time. He might try to make it work a little bit. But Randall at not 100% is not good. He's probably just going to start jacking up threes because he can't do much down low. And you don't want Randall. Randall, let me tell you, I've taken bets of Jalen Brunson over in points, and all of a sudden after the first quarter, Randall's already taken like 9 threes. I'm like, dude, can he just stop shooting already? Holy crap. But I like the Cavs in that. That's my most exciting matchup. I think we're both in agreement on that one then.
Yeah,
Because the first round sucks in the East. I'm going to be honest. The first
it's
round
bad.
sucks. It's all about the second round. Sleeper teams. Cavs.
Nobody. I got nobody in the East. Like you said, it's
It's
top
the Cavs.
heavy.
It's the Cavs. How many people out there are talking about the Bucks, talking about the 76ers, and talking about the Celtics? That's it, right? They end it. Like Cavs are like on a tier below. Why? The Cavs played these top three teams, by the way. I have a stat for you. Don't
Oh,
worry.
yep.
I
I know
researched.
where this is going.
This is why I don't sleep much. I do too much research. Um, it's not great as great as I thought, but they played the Bucks, Celtics, and 76ers 11 times, and they went 6-5. I mean, that's a team that can compete with these top three teams.
Mhm.
Now, the issue is they have to do a lot of this on the road. They're going to have to win a road game to win these series because they obviously will not have home court with any of those three teams. But I wouldn't sleep on it. If Donovan Mitchell has a run for the ages in the playoffs, I would watch out for the Cavs, and I would not be shocked to see them in the Eastern Conference Finals, maybe even the finals if Darius Garland and people just get hot. That's just my opinion. Do you not agree with that on all on the
No,
Cavs?
unfortunately, I don't. I love Mitchell. I think he's awesome. He can go off, but in the playoffs, it's harder. And I think this is part of the clutch stat you're talking about in the close games. You're giving the ball and hoping and expecting a guy that's 6'2", maybe 6'3", to go score and get a bucket. So what is it? You settle for a long jumper that's open, maybe, or try and get something in the lane, and then you're hoping for a foul. I think that's what hurts the clutch points. You want to be able to give it to a guy that is bigger, especially in the playoffs, that can kind of take the pounding and finish by the hoop or create. They can create, but it's not quite the same.
I agree, but they have the number one defense, so they're going to be in
That does
games.
help, yes, in games, but you need a closer, and you don't got
Right.
one.
Right. My high school team only had one player to count on. That was me, and I was only six. I'm only 6'1". I got the job done.
Ye-
No, I didn't. We didn't win a lot. Okay. Anyways, I forgot about that part. There's no other sleeper teams, right? This is the top heavy. I mean, you just can't pick one. Like
Why would
you
you?
can't take like the. Why would you? Knicks, Nets, or Hawks? Like hell no. You know.
Nope.
Anyways, so that's over. Let's go to the picks in this conference. And real quick, just matchup wise, 76ers Nets. Guys, the Nets don't have enough scoring in general. Like they got some 3-and-D guys, but that's it. No like guys that can create off the dribble for the team. Nick Claxton, they suck at defending down low. I mean, Joel Embiid is going to have a day, or maybe he doesn't care because it's not the MVP race anymore. I'm just joking. Anyways, Celtics Hawks. I mean, we know how inconsistent the Hawks are. Don't get confused by their win over the Heat. Celtics, as long as they're healthy, they're going to be just fine in that matchup. And then the Bucks versus whoever, doesn't matter. Heat, Bulls, like who cares? They're both super inconsistent. Um, Other than that, yeah, that's the matchup. So picks, I got Bucks in 4 against whoever. I mean, they're gonna just steamroll through that matchup.
I can see that.
Cavs over Knicks. If no Julius Randle, I see it happening in 5. With Julius Randle, maybe 6. Like I still think the Cavs are gonna take care of business. What I'll ask you in a second. I won't even ask. You're probably gonna take Knicks to the finals because you're ride or die, just like your Vikings. Anyways, then we got 76. No, I know you want to say so. 76ers in 5. I'm going to give the Nets one home game because they have Doc Rivers on that side, and he's kind of good. I wouldn't be shocked if the Sixers go down 3-1 because that's what Doc Rivers does in series quite a bit. Oh no, he goes up 3-1. I'm sorry, he goes
And then
up 3-1, and
loses. Yes.
that's right. Yeah, he won't do that this series. And then I got Celtics in 5 because I don't know, Trae Young will go off in one game at home. I'll give him one game. And then, yeah, that's my first round. What about you?
I want to disagree so bad because I want to go the Knicks and ride or die, like you say. But Randall ruined it for me. He did. If Randall was playing and healthy, I can see him, like you were saying, to get in. But when it's an ankle injury and you got to be explosive in the NBA and do things, no, it's not there. You can take as much, stuff you need to make it right, but when you go to move and plant and explode, it's just not there. I mean, it just doesn't work. So, I'm no different as far as like 4 games for the Bucks, probably right. 5, 6 for the Cavs, probably right. I'm on board. I hate agreeing so much with you, like I really do. We've had many conversations back and forth where we don't always agree, and it's way more fun. But I can't fake
Well,
it.
the first round's easy. I
Yeah,
mean, like I think a lot of people are going to have Bucks, Cavs, Sixers, Celtics. I mean, that's probably going to be the consensus. So let's move to the second round. Now we're talking some matchups. Bucks versus Cavs. The Cavs have shown they can beat the Bucks, or actually maybe the other team they did beat. I forgot which one now. But I think the Bucks are too much on both sides of the court. I think Giannis and these guys can get Mobley or Allen in foul trouble. I just think they're just too good. Giannis is too good. I honestly think, and this is an argument for another day. I think Giannis is the best all around NBA player right now. I just do. If you take just all around, is he the best shooter? Absolutely not. Is he the best scorer? No. Can he score like a mother though? Yeah, he can still put up 35 with ease. It's just a different way of scoring, and so people aren't really like he's not the typical NBA scorer. But I just think he's the best all around player. He's going to take this team. He's going to probably beat the Cavs in 6 is about what I got. 6 would probably mean in Cleveland though. Yeah, I don't know. It could go long. You never know. That should be interesting. But 76ers Celtics, give me Celtics all day long. Since the beginning of the season, I've been talking about how the 76ers are a one round win team, and that's it. They have way too many instances where James Harden disappears, where Doc Rivers is an idiot, and this team just doesn't do it. They cannot just rely on Embiid to go to the finals. They can't. And if James Harden is going to go off and on when you're playing a team like the Celtics, it's just not going to happen. Now, on the other side of the ball is Jason Tatum. He also likes to disappear. But I think they have a better team and more experience around him, like with Jaylen Brown, who can take over a game and just be its absolute superstar. And so, I think they have a little better defense. When Robert Williams is playing for them, they have better defense. So as long as he's good and healthy, I like the Celtics in like 6 in that series. I think they take care of business. The weird part is if they play like the Celtics at the beginning of the season, they find that form
Oh,
again. They're a juggernaut. I mean, they
yes.
really are. And then Bucks Celtics, it's what we all want to see, right? It's the matchup of all matchups, and we all don't know because we didn't have as many subscribers back then. But in the season preview video, I took the Bucks before the season to win the title. That was my team. I'm ride or dying with them. I cannot pick against them now. Why? They're the 1 seed. Why would I go against them now? That's just stupid. It really is all it is. Bucks in 7. That's going to be a classic series. I really hope when I say classic, I hope it's not like blowout, 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 like each
Oh,
way. We've seen
yeah,
7-game series where it's like, oh, what a series. No, none of the games were entertaining.
yeah.
But I like the Bucks in 7, and that's what I got. What do you got going on in the
Dude,
second round?
you're killing me. How can I disagree with any of this stuff at all? Like, I wanted the Bucks at the beginning, and then I was like, I'm going to talk myself into the Nets. Not talk myself in the Nets, but they had Kevin Durant, Kyrie, so I took the Nets. They're still in the playoffs, but there's no way I'm going to ride with them either. I can't ride with the Knicks or the Nets. all the way to the finals. Like that would just be a
What's the
joke.
thing? Oh yeah, that's right. You followed the New York teams. You just
Yeah,
like went nuts on the New York
I
teams.
did. But I loved Milwaukee from the beginning. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go here. This is what I want. Kevin Durant, those things. But no, it's the Bucks, and I love them. They're one of my favorite teams. Giannis, you said we would disagree or whatnot as far as best player right now. No, how am I disagreeing? He is. There's no disagreeing there. Maybe with other people, Embiid. No, it's Giannis. Defense, offense, everything. He can do it. Pass, rebound, shoot. Not shoot, but score. And he scores at will. Just move out of my way, euro around somebody, dunk on him, posterize him. So as far as the Celtics and Bucks, if we get that, and I really hope we do, that is going to be very, very entertaining. Definitely get your popcorn ready for that one. Uh, Hopefully, like you said, though, sometimes in these playoffs last year, it was a team won by 20. Then the next game, the other team won by 20. Then the next game, 15. It's like, okay, this is like back and forth, but not really. So I don't think that's going to be the case this year. I think teams match up a little bit better and things like that. So it's going to be fun.
I hope not, because I took the Bucks at home -2 recently against the Celtics, and the Celtics beat them by like 40.
I
Do you remember
remember
that?
that. Yes.
Gosh, what
Yep.
in the hell is that? So the Bucks can't look crappy, but then again, this is playoffs. They're more lasered in, focused. It's not regular season basketball. So I got the Bucks in 7. So there we go. Let's move to the finals. Actually, you know what? Let's go back to that Eastern Conference bracket. I want to look at some
Yeah.
value here and get your opinion. So just to win the conference based on value, I mean the value's there with the Bucks. I'm just joking. It's not. It's obviously Cavs for me. I mean, there's just no other way around it. Plus 1,500, you get huge odds for a team that's proven they can beat the top 3 teams this year. It ain't gonna be easy, and it's gonna be on the road. It's gonna be tough, but nothing's gonna be easy at plus 1,500. So, I mean, do you have one really that's decent value? Are we sleeping on the Sixers? Is it just me for the hatred on them?
No, James Harden doesn't show up in the playoffs. Joel Embiid's they've not won a whole bunch. Doc Rivers, you're absolutely right with the 76ers. Like, no, it's just nope, not a thing. So, yeah,
So no value really. Yeah.
not what I'm
Okay.
seeing. And it can't go with the Cavs. I mean, that's your team, and we're going against each other. I can't jump on board with you there. That wouldn't be good.
Correct. No, but I mean, you're starting to realize how right I am.
All because of
Just
Randall. If Randall wasn't hurt, I would definitely reconsider.
think about it. Yeah, you'd think about it. Um, okay, so that's what we got. So my finals is the Nuggets versus the Bucks. Freaking chalky is all chalk. 1 versus 1. Um, Let me just tell you who I got in that. I have the Bucks. Obviously, they were my preseason pick. I did pick the Nuggets as a team to watch out for in the season
Mm-hmm.
preview, if you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn here or anything,
Toot
but
toot.
I'm just saying toot toot. Anyways, Bucks beat the Nuggets in probably 5 or 6. Honestly, I think that's a matchup where I just think the Bucks can handle. I think the Bucks are going to go through more in the Eastern Conference than probably the Nuggets. Like they'll be battle tested. They'll either be beaten up to hell and play a ton of games in long 7 game series, and that could hurt them, or they'll just be battle tested and they might play the Nuggets and think, okay, well, we got this. This isn't that physical of a team like the Celtics or the Cavs or teams like that. So I like the Bucks over the Nuggets in 5. What do you got?
I got not the Nuggets, obviously, because it's the Suns. Suns healthy against the Bucks. Suns Bucks rematch. Oh man, that would be so good. That would be perfect. That's how you cap it off. Alley oops, blocks, all of that stuff. Last time they met up, but I got the Bucks winning it again. I think Giannis is gonna get miss out on the MVP and just have the determination and just will his team. And if there's anybody in the league that can will a team to victories right now, it's definitely Giannis.
Yep, and if you're a Bucks fan, the one thing you want is for Giannis to not be announced the MVP. That's just
Oh,
my opinion.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Let's
so
let Em
competitive, so fired. It's
oh, yeah.
you bring it.
Let's let Embiid get it and have him finally feel happy that he finally got one that he's been trying his whole life for and dedicating his whole life for, and then they just suck in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we both have the Bucks. That's it. Those are our finals champion. How much on a limb did we go with the Bucks, huh? I'm
Mhm.
gonna be honest though, the Celtics are the Celtics. Like I wouldn't be shocked if they
They could.
made a run again if Tatum showed up. And lately they just last month or two, they haven't looked like the Celtics team like we saw in the playoffs that made that crazy run and then lost to the Warriors. But yeah, that's crazy that the Bucks Suns could be a rematch from what we saw already. A couple
Yeah.
what was that 2 years ago when the Bucks won
2
it?
years. Yeah.
and the Suns were up 2-0 in that series, I think, and then the Bucks won 4 straight, I believe.
Yes, yep, I think you nailed it.
That's right.
Good job.
Yeah, and thank you. That's actually he's surprised because my memory's not always that great. It's not easy being 26 years old, right?
Right.
Anyways, yeah, that's what we got, Ryan. What else you got? Anything else for the NBA playoffs or anything before we wrap it up?
I think we nailed pretty much everything right there. Super fun to talk again on camera, like I was saying at the beginning. So yeah, I got nothing else.
Oh, let's say why you're not on camera as much. He's not a big baseball guy, but we are getting him there. He's somewhat, but we're trying to get him there a little more. He's NBA, he's football, he's all that NFL. Sorry, not football, soccer. But that's why,
No,
right? Right?
and NBA, I was still in the background doing videos behind the scenes, editing transitions, all that stuff to get them out, daily.
Yes,
Wasn't
but you helped me with some of those bets, and we talked basketball. You know what
yes,
I mean? Like you're a big part of that, and we had a successful season. I have not done the final tally. We did just go 2-0 today on our bets. I'm just saying,
nice.
not to toot my own horn again. I hate tootings. But anyways, that's what we got. That's man, enjoy these playoffs. It's going to be a freaking blast, especially the second round in both conferences. That's going to be fun. Unfortunately, these playoffs are about 3 months long.
Yeah.
So it's going to be summertime by the time they're done because way too freaking long. And the NBA just allows 20 teams in and then they play best of 7 series all the way through. Doesn't make sense to me, but we don't need to talk about that. That's for another conversation. So that's the deal. That's what we got. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Over 2K subscribers. Leave a comment. Tell us how stupid we are or how right we are. Whatever you want to do. I love talking NBA, especially when it's playoff time. So thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll talk to you later.